Okay, we're going to roll right into our post-race for today's 27th annual Quicken Loans race for Heroes 500. The third and final race in the eliminator round for the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup here in 2014 at Phoenix International Raceway, and our third place finisher in today's race, Matt Kenseth. He drives the number 20 Dollar General Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing. Matt finished third in today's race, 2 points shy of being able to advance to the championship round. What a gallant effort, though, by you and the number 20 team, Matt. Take us through your afternoon and your thoughts.
Yeah, it was good. We qualified well on Friday as a group. I think we were first, fifth, and sixth or something like that. So that was really good. That was a good start to the weekend. Had the car driving pretty good yesterday. You know, we were no match for the 4. He's been, you know, lights out here the last couple of years or last few years, whatever. But other than that, we were pretty good. So we had good short run speed, good restarts. I thought we did everything right. Good strategy, good pit stops, all that stuff. Best we ran here in a while. So overall, it was a great day for us. I mean, it wasn't you know, good enough to get us to the next round, but you know, after last week, I knew that that was going to be tough. We were probably going to have to come here and win, and we just didn't have enough speed to do that.
Thank you, Matt. We'll take questions now for Matt Kenseth. If you have one, raise your hand. We'll take questions for Matt Kenseth. Who has a question for Matt Kenseth? Anyone here in the media center? Question for Matt Kenseth. Right there, Jim Utter. If we could get Jim a wireless mic, we could hustle over there, please.
Come on, Utter.
As a guy who's
just getting up too,
who's raced for the championship for several seasons, how did this race compare on the track? As I mean, watching it and being in it, probably two different things. But what sense did you get with this format that this may have been somewhat different than previous races?
Well, you know, I honestly don't, you know, rewatch and a lot of it. At least after the races anyway, unless there's something I think I learned from it. So I don't probably really have the fans' perspective, but from the driver's seat and, you know, how we ran this year and the way things have went, it's had a totally different feel for me. You know, last year I felt like going into the chase, you know, it's hard to say Jimmy's not the favorite because he's won so many, but I felt like if he wasn't, we were. You know, we had the most wins, won the first 2 races off the bat, and, man, it was a stressful 10 weeks. I thought we ran excellent. We had one bad race. And lost the championship. Where here it's just had a different feel. You know, we you know, ran mediocre at Chicago, got wrecked out at Loudon, ran good at Dover, and made it to the next round. And then I can't remember all those races, but we had one bad race, I think, and still made it to the next round. And then of course Martinsville wasn't great, and Texas was really, really bad. You know, so it's felt different to me. You know, it's from my side of it, I feel like we haven't necessarily performed at a championship level. I think my team has, and the pit stops and the strategy and the car prep and the morale, all that's been there, but we haven't had the speed, you know, in our race cars. So to still be in it all the way to the second to last race, you know, was a good feeling to keep getting another shot. Wish we had one more.
Press box, go ahead for Matt Kenseth.
No questions.
No questions in the press box.
Love it.
Matt, thank you for coming in. Got a very, very good season. We'll see you at Homestead.
Thank you, Kerry.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to continue our post-race. Today's 27th annual Quicken Loans race for Heroes 500. Our race runner-up, Jeff Gordon. He drives the number 24 Exalta Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports. Jeff, I know you gave it everything you had, and on that last lap, things happened that kept you from advancing to the championship. Your thoughts on today?
Well, I'm really proud of the effort. You know, not just today, but throughout this whole season in the chase. I couldn't be more proud of this team and the effort that they put out. And today was another one of those. You know, I mean, Kevin was in another zip code. There was no touching him, but you know, to come out of here second, I really thought second would get it done. But obviously it didn't. So we did everything that we could, other than have a faster race car than Kevin. that was near impossible. But yeah, it's disappointing. You know, it makes last week that much even tougher to swallow. But that's all right. We you know, we put in a great effort at Martinsville, a great effort here, and it just wasn't enough. You know, some things are out of our control, and I feel like we did a great job. You know, putting all the effort into the things that we could control.
Questions for Jeff Gordon? If you have one, raise your hand. questions for Jeff Gordon. Bob Pockris and then Mike Embry. Go ahead, Bob.
Bob Pockris, Sporting News. Did your team just tell you after the race, hey, Newman moved a guy and you're out, and just kind of what's the feeling when you're kind of helpless like that?
Newman just told me that that apron was really slick, like there's some oil down there or something. Yeah, I knew prior to that last restart, Alan told me that we weren't in at that time. And then, he said, give it everything you've got, and I did, and we come, home second. And I just was hoping that it was going to be enough, and when you hear those words that it wasn't, it's disappointing.
Let's go right next door, Mike Embry.
Mike Embry, USA Today. Jeff, I assume it was pretty clear to you early on in the race that Harvick was going to be very hard to beat, but at what point did it kind of become clear that second was not going to get you in? Was that still kind of either or late in the race for you?
Well, I didn't want them to tell me points and what was going on behind me. I saw a lot going on, but you can't go halfway through the race and then say, okay, you're good, you're this many to the good. That's just false sense of hope, So you really just have to work and put your best effort out there every single lap and get the best finish you can, and hope when it's all said and done that it's enough. It's tough to swallow that 2 second place finishes and staring down a potential win or at least top 5 last week. That we didn't get it done. To perform as well as we did in this round, and I was looking forward to this round for a long time. Ever since they announced this chase and we started having a good year, I was looking forward to hopefully being in this round because I felt like this is a round where we could really shine, and we did, but still wasn't enough.
Other questions for Jeff Gordon? Anyone down here? Bob has another one, please.
Is it acceptable that somebody moves somebody for a spot in that situation?
It was acceptable last week. It's acceptable this week. Don't think that's not going to come back to you. I could have taken out Harvick too to make it in, but I didn't.
Let's go to Tom Jensen.
Hey Jeff, Tom Jensen, FoxSports.com. Pretty much every week you've been in here in the chase, you've said you love this format, you think it's great, you're really excited about it. Do you feel the same way now?
I do. I like it. I do. I'm a little, concerned where it could go with, just like last week we found out on pit road where the line is drawn and when you cross over that line, and I think that it could get to that on the racetrack as well. I don't necessarily know that it has gotten there yet, but it's certainly possible. But there's I think it's incredibly intense. It's the most interest we've had in this sport in a long time. So obviously it's been good, and I feel like the only disappointing thing or the only thing I don't like right now is the fact that I'm not in it next week.
Got time for one more question. Anybody for Jeff Gordon? Well, Jeff, thank you for coming in. Certainly one of the classiest athletes in all the sports. Jenna Fryer has a question. Get her the mic, please.
Sorry, Jeff.
I was almost out of here.
Yeah, Jenna Fryer, AP. Who do you like next week?
I like Harvick. Yeah, I think Harvick looks really good. Denny. The guy's led the most laps all year long, guys. It's not me that's saying this. No, I do think that Denny won that race last year, and so he can be really, really strong there. But Kevin looked good there in the test, and man, they've just been so strong lately. And it seems like they've gotten some of the bugs worked out in their team that they had earlier in the year. And I think if they do that next week, they're going to be really tough to beat like they were today.
Jeff Gordon, thank you for coming in.